My next guest is Pauline Stevens. You would know her from her album, which is Face on the Moon, or also from weekly karaoke at the Coffs Hotel, along with doing a duo with her brother, Evan Stevens.
Yes, that's correct.
So please welcome Pauline Stevens.
Thanks, Kaye.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
So good to have you here. So I suppose let's start from the beginning. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Kempsey, just down the road.
Yeah.
Lived there most of my young life. We did have a little stint in Albury, Wodonga for a couple of years in the late 70s.
Okay.
Yeah. Lived in Lavington, went to school there. That's where I learnt to play guitar, actually.
Okay.
My Year 6 teacher taught me how to play guitar, and I learnt Sloop John B. And probably that is where I first discovered I could sing, because they got me to sing at First Holy Communion Mass, and I sang a song to the children, yes. And my mother reminds me of that, but I don't have much recollection of it.
Yeah.
I grew up in Kempsey, mainly.
Yeah. Was it a natural ability?
Yes.
With singing, yeah? Very
lucky to have the gift, yeah. My family, both sides of my family are singers, mum and dad. Both could sing. Mum still sings when I sing with her, like when I sing for her. I don't know, we've got lots of uncles and relatives that sing and they're musical.
Yeah.
But my whole family can sing and play guitar or play an instrument of some sort, yeah.
So you were saying, how old were you when you learnt to play guitar?
I would have been about 11 or 12.
Okay. Yeah. So from there, or was it before then that you were actually knew yourself that you could sing?
I didn't really know I could sing until I moved back to... Well, I didn't know I could sing. I just sang. I didn't, But when I was about 13, we moved to Kempsey, where my mum still is now, in Greenhill. And my uncle, we had this little organ, and I was singing the song off Grizzly Adams called Maybe.
Okay,
and I was playing the chords, I taught myself to do it. And my uncle, who's a guitar player, went, wow, you can sing, So it went from there, and then he got me to sing with his band. And so from 13, that was very nerve-wracking.
So that was your first band that you were involved with?
Yeah, just sang every now and then with them, and with him and a few other local country artists that were around at the time, and Gordon Parsons was one of them, which he's pretty well known, so got to sing with him, and it was good. First time I ever wore makeup, and it was great. Yeah. 13.
So was the genre country or folk or...?
Yeah, mainly country.
Okay, yeah.
I grew up on country.
Yeah. Do you have a bit of a connection to country still, do you feel?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah, if I sing like a country song, I relate more to it than anything else.
Yeah. The hearts.
Yeah, I just love that type of music.
Yeah.
So I grew up listening to... Well, my father's favourite singer was Slim Dusty. And, my favourites were Dolly Parton and Emmylou Harris and Jim Reeves and Tom Jones when he was country, But also my mum listened to people like Teresa Brewer and, that's Connie Francis. Yeah. And so I do like lots of music, but country is I love it. It just suits me.
I suppose it all kind of has all of those singers or those artists kind of have a folksy, grassroots sort of, country feel.
Yeah. Emmylou Harris is my probably favourite.
Yeah, okay.
And I got to see her a few years ago in concert up in Tweed Heads, I think it was. Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
And from school, I suppose, where did music and entertainment and all of that sort of fit in?
With school?
Did you have any connection there?
Only in Lavington when I lived there was the only time I did singing, or play guitar.
Yeah.
So when I went to the Catholic high school in Kempsey, which is, I think it's called St Paul's now.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, back then it was Macleay Regional Catholic High School.
Yeah.
So someone heard me singing with my friend. She was playing piano, one of the teachers. And in year 8, I got to sing at the school awards night, and I sang The Rose.
Okay, yeah.
And apparently, according to my mother and everyone, it was absolutely fabulous. I floored everybody. They were all clapping, but I went outside and cried because I thought I sang really badly. So I didn't really take in.
Was
Plus,
there,
it was
was there
such a
no
long time
reaction?
ago. Oh,
It was a silent reaction?
No. They clapped.
Okay,
I remember that.
Okay.
But I thought I sang badly.
Yeah.
As you do when
You got
you're
nothing
like
to gauge off.
13, 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... and then the next year, in year 9, I sang again, and everyone then knew me as the singing person, at school. Yeah, David too, he was in different bands, my brother, and so they all knew we could sing. David used to be in the Silver Band in Kempsey.
Okay,
He was very well known for singing and, more so than me actually, so they loved him.
So is your family all artistic and soft like you? Are they sort of very open-hearted and loving?
Yes, I would think so, yes.
I get that sense.
We are we're very close. We still, we all get together at Christmas and, we don't, we all get along and, we have our little things that all families do, but you
still get together and,
come back and we all know, we only have to make a phone call and someone will be there for us. And that goes out to my extended family, like my mum's family in particular. They were very close. We used to have get-togethers, that's what they called them, all the time. And COVID sort of put a stop to that. We were having a little reunion every 2 years, but we haven't had one recently. But my family get together. I just recently went to Orange for my great niece's christening, which was fabulous.
Oh, wow.
It was cold, but it was
so
lovely
it's a big
to
family.
see. Yeah, there's only 4 of us, but we've all got kids now.
Yeah.
But my brother, my other youngest brother, he lives in England at the moment. He's coming home at Christmas time, so we're all looking forward to that.
What took him to England?
Work.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's been stuck there for 2 years now.
Okay, far out. So did he go during the pandemic or just prior?
He went. They left and got over there just before. They were talking about lockdown, so they got over there just before the lockdown in 2020.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
2020 was it that? Yes.
2019, 2020.
Yeah. So, but we're all very people of the heart.
Yeah.
My dad, mama, always taught us to be kind.
Down to earth, though.
Down to
the
earth.
other thing.
Yeah, loving people. We were very lucky to live in a loving home and not have any divorce or anything like that. We were just very lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, and I suppose you also have the country town mentality then.
Oh yeah, Kempsey. Yeah.
Which is totally different, I suppose, even to what it is now.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, but still a nice little town. It's still, everyone knows everything.
Yeah.
Because I used to think that when I was young.
That's like
I've got to get out of here. Everybody knows who I am. And now when you look back, you think that's a good thing. Like, some people would feel lonely because no one knows them, but everyone knows.
Totally.
Still, I still get, there's the singing lady. Or,
yeah.
You're still singing and hearing coughs, I'm the karaoke lady.
Totally.
Not the queen.
Yeah.
That's not, that role's somebody else's.
It is, yeah. Bit of drag queen.
Yeah.
And I suppose, as you were just saying, you wanted to... Oh, hang on. Just got calls coming in. Don't mind me. As you were saying, you didn't necessarily want to stick around your hometown and you wanted to move away and experience life elsewhere. Yeah,
I met my first husband in Kempsey and he lived in Sydney and I always, when I was younger,
You moved to Parramatta?
Yes, lived in Harris Park, so to speak.
What did you think of that area?
Yeah, I used to like it.
I lived in Irvington, so I know the area quite well.
I used to like Harris Park.
Harris Park's nice.
I used to live down the road from Rosehill Racecourse because it run down to Rosehill Racecourse. And I always regret, we could walk there. We never went to the races. I love the races.
Yeah.
So I was in a band in Kempsey when I was 18 called Badlands with these great musicians. And I don't know what happened, but I left the band. I just went, I don't want to be in the band anymore. I was young. I was only 18, 20, and I just wanted to do something else. And I got a job with Social Security, which is now Centrelink.
Okay,
And that allowed me to get a transfer to Sydney to be with my fiancé. And then we got married in 1988. So
far out.
Yeah. So, but I'm not.
Was that your first
anymore.
life?
My first.
Your first life?
Life, yes. That was my first life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I moved to Sydney and lived there, but I didn't do any music. My husband at the time bought me a guitar when I was 22. I've still got the guitar. It's a beautiful guitar. And I remember going, I don't want a guitar. What do I want a guitar for?
Yeah.
He said, well, you need to sing. So that's really nice of him. So I then started playing it and started singing with, he played guitar too.
Okay.
So we, used to sing. But I didn't do any singing down there. I tried.
Yeah, yeah.
I put an ad in the paper to try and get some work or get a duo partner or something, and that just didn't work out. So so I moved back here in 92.
92, okay.
Back to I came to Coffs in 92.
Okay, yeah.
So I only lived in Sydney for 4 years. Yeah.
Did you move here with your husband?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, moved back here because my job with Centrelink was redundant.
Okay.
So
you get a payout
no, I didn't get a payout. I got an offer of a job. I could go here, there, or anywhere else.
Yeah.
And my parents lived in Kempsey and Dorrigo at the time, so I just went, you know what, I'll go to Coffs. And I've been here since 1992 in the area, and I love it. It's my home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a local yet because a man told me once, you can't be a local unless you've got great-grandparents buried in the graveyard. I went, well, that's not going to happen. Anyway, I feel like a local.
That's never going to happen for me either. Then.
I feel like a local. I love Coffs Harbour, so yeah.
I was born here, so I suppose I am a local,
Yeah.
But so what about Coffs in particular made you want to move here? And was it just family or...?
I'd been to Coffs many times over the years when we lived in Kempsey when I was younger. And because Mum and Dad were only down the road, and I just wanted to come home, so to speak. But I didn't want to live in Kempsey. I'd probably go and live in Kempsey now, but when I was in my 30s, that wasn't what I wanted to do.
It wasn't the happening place.
And the job, I went to the job in Coffs Harbour with Centrelink.
Yes.
It was a good job, so
stability.
Stayed there till 2005, but
far out. Okay.
I worked for the department for 18 years, but left to do my music. Yeah.
So that was in 2005.
Yeah.
Had you had your daughter by this?
No, she came along in 2006, which
that's
prevented me from doing my music.
There we go.
Don't regret anything.
Prevented you from doing your music?
Well, it just was harder, when you've got a baby and to try and pursue things, and then that relationship broke up. So,
and how did you meet Lily's dad?
Met him at Karaoke, actually.
Oh, really?
He came with some other people, I think, that used to come to Karaoke. Yeah, I met him through Karaoke. Just got to talk to him, and then I met up with him later, and we just got on and got together, and sadly it didn't work out, but we're still friends.
Paths with you.
Yeah. But without him, I wouldn't have my beautiful 15-year-old daughter.
That's exactly right. Yeah,
and she is pretty beautiful. Yeah.
Pretty beautiful.
She's amazingly
or she's pretty and beautiful.
She's both. She's everything. She's a wonderful girl, and I'm very lucky actually. Yeah.
And were you connected through music then? Through a lot of your relationships, do you feel in life?
Yeah, not really. Probably just people I get along with, but nearly all of the people I've ever been with, like relationships, I sound like I've had so many, but they're mostly musical people. So Shane
haven't
used
had
to sing,
lots
like
of
Lily's.
relationships?
No, not really.
Not at all.
So my first husband, we separated in 2001.
Okay.
He used to play guitar and sing, and his family was singers, and he encouraged me to sing more, which was really good because
I
just went, I'm not singing anymore, and he's bought me that guitar, and I was upset at first, but then went, you know what, thanks, because it's what I needed.
Ignites that fire and breaks that.
And just to sit at home and play guitar again, which I didn't have that opportunity until he bought me that one. And then my Shane he could sing, and he liked going to karaoke and loved the same music as I did. But that didn't work out. But my current fiance, he loves music and used to run karaoke.
Did he really?
Yes, at the Coffs Hotel.
Okay, truly.
It's so funny.
Did he really? Oh my God!
In the 90s.
Far out.
We think that's funny because we've got that in common.
Yeah.
But he's musical too. He loves music. But it's not been. I've never been with like anyone from a band or nothing like that.
You are that part of the relationship.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
What, I'm the star of the family?
Yeah.
Never been a star though. So.
And where does your, I suppose, connection to, it's getting a bit deep, I suppose, Mother Earth, nature and life, or
where is my connection?
Yeah. So do you have like a background in what was it called? Oh my God, it's just gone from me.
The earth.
Yeah, no, but it's not pagan. It's
spiritualism.
Spiritual, yeah. Or witchery as well, I suppose.
Oh, well, I do. Yes, I do. I used to have a more spiritual.
Okay.
I do. I am a spiritual
I've always
person.
got that sense from you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a Catholic, brought up as Catholic.
Yeah.
I still go to church sometimes.
Is that a white lighting thing? Sorry to
that I
you.
have. Yeah.
Is that your connection to church? Is it like white lighting? It's a thing of being not necessarily about the church or the.
No, yeah, it's about somewhere where
that's pure energy coming in.
Yes, and feel.
I
don't necessarily agree with everything that goes on with their laws and all that sort of thing,
totally.
But it's my place where I go, and I usually go and I'm singing with the group that sings there once a month, and I'm not a devout Catholic that goes every week, and I should, I suppose, if I was going to be a proper Catholic, but I'm brought up Catholic and believe in God and very spiritual, more spiritual than...
Yeah, so it's a higher power.
Yeah, so I believe there's lots of things. I don't know what...
Energy, power, whatever it may be.
But I do feel people's energy. I feel people's... I used to say I could hear people thinking. So I do have that connection with people, but I've sort of cut it off more that now I've got a child and I don't know why.
You actually have to switch that off. Yeah, or learn how to switch that off.
Because when you work in hotels and places like that where there's bad energies and good energies, it's hard to stay away from the bad, and you feel a lot. Yeah. But I've got a real connection with the moon. It's my favourite thing.
And that's what I was about to say. That's
my favourite thing.
Yeah,
and last night we went and Ron and Lily and I went and had dinner, and then we went and looked at the moon down at the water, and Lil took some photos, and it was just, the moon was amazing. And I said to Lily, when I stand here, I feel like I can draw all that energy into my soul, like from the moon. I don't know why, I just have a really good connection.
What star sign are you?
Leo.
You're a Leo?
Yes.
We've never had this conversation then properly, have we? Because I'm a Leo too.
Yes, you are.
You're in June.
July.
You're in July,
Leo.
aren't you?
26th of July.
That's what I thought.
I think I'm more of a Cancerian.
Yeah. It's funny though. Leos, depending on the week and the day in particular, they really do vary. They really do vary. Like you don't really get. We just all kind of have the overhanging. I suppose. Attribute of being the boss, but that can come in different forms. That can be the boss of yourself, that can be the boss of your own life, that can be the boss of other people, all of that sort of thing.
Yeah. I've got the mane, like the lion.
Me too, actually.
I say that all the time, and I was born the year of the horse. Okay. So that's a double mane.
Okay, I'm a dog.
Oh, so there you go.
I'm a cat dog.
Yeah, cat dog. Cat dog. Yeah, I like cats and don't like dogs.
Yeah.
I like dogs, but I only have cats as pets.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, I think they have. Actually, I think. Oh well, my daughter wanted a cat, but they follow me around. I go to the clothesline, hang out the washing, and I turn around and there's these 3 cats, and I go, "Oh no, I'm turning into the cat lady."
Yeah.
But the moon is my thing, not cats.
Yeah. Okay.
I do love the cats. They drive me crazy, but I think I'm more their pet, to be honest.
I think that's always the way, isn't
I think they're the boss of the house.
They're not really... I think that they domesticated us and we didn't domesticate
I just
them.
think, we do. We bow to them and do whatever they want. Yeah, but the moon is my favourite thing, and
going back to that,
I do like nature, but I wouldn't say I'm an outdoorsy person.
I wasn't so much meaning outdoorsy. That's what I'm saying. Mother Earth.
But yeah,
Mother Earth.
I just
it's a connection to Mother Earth,
yes.
and not.
I love.
Not the outdoors.
To be honest, I love being outside in the dark because I think you connect better with the earth when it's dark or when everything's quiet. And when I wrote songs, that was the best time to write a song.
Stimulation is the biggest thing, I think, when it comes to connecting to all your chakras as well and all that sort of thing, you know?
I agree, yeah.
And I suppose, okay, so as an adult, where did a child and music and all of that kind of fall into place? Was it a thing that you were wanting at the time, or?
I always wanted a child. I
suppose, I mean more in the sense of, was it actually, you know, a planned thing that you were wanting exactly at that time?
No, not at all. I tried, my husband and I, my first husband, Pat, and I tried for years to have a child and I was told I couldn't. And then finally gave up and met Shane and just didn't worry about it because I couldn't have children. And then, to my surprise, fell pregnant.
I didn't even,
and I didn't know I was pregnant because I have an underlying condition where, you know, I just didn't know. And I knew there was something going on with my body, but thought it was something worse, to be honest, than a child.
Right.
And went, I'll just take a pregnancy test just in case. And I screamed with delight.
Yeah, that's great.
And I knew she was a girl. I knew what she looked like. And I kept wondering why she had blue eyes and no hair, because that's how she was born, blue eyes and no hair. Yes,
wow.
Because you would think that she'd have my hair, but she didn't.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
She came out with this bald head, like little bit of hair, but I'd seen her, you know, you're talking about my spiritual side and my psychic side. I'd seen her in a vision, and I knew it was a girl, yeah.
Yeah, so I get this.
But she wasn't planned, but she was.
Yeah, no,
planned in the universe's way, you know.
Yeah, no, I get a big, I don't know, connection or sense of that. Just because it's very much similar to my mum and how I've, you know, been brought up in my life and all that sort of thing. I see a lot of similarities there. But even before you had actually said it, it's very, very strange that I've, had that connection there. So where were we going from that?
And the music.
Yes.
I just did music around her, you know, just always did music before, just sort of started. I started karaoke in the year I fell pregnant.
Yeah.
And because the guy who used to run it died, and I asked could I take over from him. Rob was running karaoke still.
When did you connect?
Yeah, so 2006. But I'd known Rob since 2002.
Okay.
So I've known him this year for 20 years, and I knew Steve that year too. And Steve did karaoke up until he died in 2005, late 2005, and then 2006 because the pub had burnt. They'd had a fire. And they only reopened late in that year, I think, or early in 2006. So I took over in February and I asked could I take over the Wednesday night. So I wanted to give it a go, and I've been there ever since. And, and I've been lucky enough that they've kept me on, and I've done karaoke. But in between I've been in a band. We'll call these Easily Distracted in the Coffs area, and then Pauline Stevens' band, and then we disbanded, but during that time I've always sung with my brother in a duo, but because of COVID we've lost a lot of our gigs, but we're just getting back into getting our gigs back. The entertainment industry
did shut down. And
and I don't know, hoping it'll come back bigger than...
It will.
You know?
There'll be a bit of a renaissance for entertainment. It'll just kind of come in cycles to what is chosen first, I think.
Yeah.
So I just look at trivia and karaoke and all that, and I go, people aren't necessarily going to want to go out to those things straight away.
No.
They're going to want to go and see bands, or they want to see, you know, live entertainment, other people performing.
Sorry.
They've been listening to themselves for the last 3 years now, not being able to see anything, you know.
Sorry.
No, you're all good. So like they've been stuck listening to their own voices for the last 2.5, 3
definitely.
years.
Like even me that didn't go out before, we just recently went to see a trio, and then went and saw Maddie Devitt a few months ago, and just making the effort to go out, one, to support local music and the entertainment industry. And 2, so we get out of the house, you know.
Are you enjoying being on almost the precipice of the entertainment industry of Coffs Harbour kind of stepping up?
Yes, I am. I'm hoping it'll become a bit better than it has been.
I think it's on the verge of it.
Yeah, I think it's sort of hard to get any sort of gigs around anywhere. But I think Coffs is bringing in lots of, you know, good things at the moment, and different hotels are doing different things. And venues are doing different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose we just need to get a bit more of the local entertainment going.
Yeah.
That's really what it is, because I think it's a lot of outsiders coming in.
Yeah.
And a lot of touring shows that I think had already been booked for a lot of them
during
COVID,
I think so
and then
too,
had just had to be put on now.
I think maybe I should get an agent. I've never had one, and I thought the other day, I think it's time. Yeah, but it's the filming of my brother and I in the process of doing a video and something to promote, because every venue goes, you know, we want to see a video clip. Have you got something? And, you know.
Do you need help with that? That doesn't matter if we've got this on camera either. That's okay.
Do I need help with that?
Yeah.
My nephew's coming to do something for us, but it's hard to find somewhere to film us singing. You know, if you go to a venue, you've got to put up.
You can come here.
Yeah. Really?
Just come here. Yeah.
That's on camera.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just come here and do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll speak to my brother. All right.
Yeah. So
we'd have to set up our gear and.
That's easy. We can do all of that. Yeah, I've also got a sound desk and all those sorts of things as well.
Oh, awesome. We just sort of want to set up. You know, it's not the same anymore. You know, you could ring a pub or a club or a venue and say, you know, we'll come and do a gig, but they just want to see what you do.
We're becoming the whole thing of celebrities it's kind of becoming wishy-washy. It's not really a thing anymore.
No.
You've kind of got to be very, very much gung-ho about just pursuing your stuff.
Yeah.
Putting your name out there, you know, on every platform that you can.
It is, and it's hard if you're not. That's not your forte.
Yeah.
We're not people that can film anything.
Coffs Harbour's a Facebook place. It's not really an Instagram place. It's not like it is, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like we still use Facebook, and the rest of the world aren't really using Facebook anymore.
I keep going. I just want to go back to the days when you dialed the phone like this. I did like it when you weren't so accessible and everyone knew everything about you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I find that difficult, you know. I find it because when I was young I was very shy, so I find it really difficult to put myself on Facebook, and like doing this is a big thing for me to be on camera, and you know, even though people look at me all the time, I find it really difficult to be on camera and be photographed.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
The way I get away with it is by having someone else that's there behind the camera.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not someone who can just go and do a selfie. You'll see on my Facebook, I don't do selfies. There's not one single photo where I'm holding the camera or anything.
I took one today when I did my makeup just to check it out. And I went, oh, that's a good photo.
Yeah.
I might keep that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have to have like someone else that's professionally kind of behind the camera, you know. Yeah,
I think it is hard to have that. The social media world is difficult for me in that way, like to be filmed and be natural and yeah. So that's what we're going to try. So when we're doing a gig and we're filmed, it's probably a bit easier because it's off to the side and they're filming us. But then to do something...
You want something that looks kind of professional, so you're putting out the best quality that you can from the beginning. Because you want people to see that and go, right, we want you.
But it is a...
And it's not
digital...
the same venues that you always go to that you want to see this. You want, you know, other people to go, oh, wow, this is someone new. That's
and you can't put... Like, you know, people walking past the camera when you're at a gig, you know, and that's what we had. We did film the last gig we did together recently, and there's people walking in the background and a sign at the cafe, and you can't get that out unless you've got like this sort of thing around you, you know. Like, but anyway, just digital world. Yeah. Not my scene, but I'm going with it.
And with Rob and working with Rob, with karaoke and all that, where was your connection to the drag side of things? And
Well,
in
I've
that
been friends
world?
with Rob since 2002.
Yeah.
And, you know, I love any form of entertainment. I love musicals. I love going to the theatre, and I find drag fascinating.
Yeah.
I find it amazing that a man can look so gorgeous, and, you know, they're stunning, and they're artists, they're performers, you know.
Yeah.
So when Rob dressed up for the first time as Glorious...
That would have been a shock as well.
I went,
Rob to Glorious is...
I know.
You don't put the two and two together, really.
And he's just this amazing, like, she's so tall, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So, so then he'd asked me to do the music for it because, you know, he's on stage, or I was in a couple of drag shows as a drag king. I dressed up as...
Was that the competition?
Yes,
yeah. Did you do the comp?
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah,
Just to fill the numbers to
what
start
was your
off with.
drag king name?
Demi Rutus, I think.
Okay, right.
I think.
Yeah.
I look like Demis Roussos.
Yeah.
I've got a video somewhere of that. It was actually so much fun. I loved it. It was so much fun. Yeah, so... but I've known Rob, as I said, for 20 years, and I loved being part of the drag shows, whether I was helping them get dressed, or whether I was helping the music, or just being there, you know. And Rob taught me lots of things with karaoke.
Yeah,
he was already doing karaoke, so he helped me out when I got, just to give me a few tips. So, and we still to this day share music. You know, if I get some new tracks, I'll give him a copy to him. You know, so, you know, help each other out, and so you know, I try to go to his gigs now that COVID's sort of finished. Trying to go support each other and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But drag is amazing. I know, you know, off camera before I said to you, you know, I just said to Rob the other day, when are you going to do another drag show?
Yeah.
I think it's time.
Yeah. No, it definitely is. I think...
drag Glorious out of the closet.
I don't know if we're going to be able to, though, unfortunately. I don't know if we're going to be able to completely.
Well,
but we'll see. Where was I going? Yeah, so we were talking about musicals.
Yes.
So your connection to the JD Theatre coming along down the line, it was, I suppose, a bit of a gap there. You've had years of bringing Lily up and you know, going into teenage and all that sort of stuff, you know. But during that time, you got to do a show at the theatre.
I did in 15. Was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
15.
Yeah, 2015.
Oh, was it the end of 2015, was
yes,
it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was actually in...
That's what I was about to say.
South
you were
Pacific
in South Pacific the first time
in 1995, I think it was.
Was that here in Coffs?
Yes. So I moved here in 1992.
Yeah.
And I was in South Pacific, I think it was 1995, as one of the nurses, and I loved it. But then I didn't do it again for a long time. I just... You know, it's very time consuming, and for me, I work on weekends and it's my only income, and for me to go into the theatre, I then have to forfeit my work.
Totally, it's volunteer work.
I want to be in it, but 4 weeks of not working I can't do that, because lettuce costs $10. Not to mention petrol and everything else. So
it'd be different if we're in a pandemic and you could go and do that. But, you know.
But I do love being in the theatre. It's if you've never been in it, you can't explain to people what it feels like to be part of the show.
I feel I can.
Yes.
It's a weird thing, but truly it's like being on a drug. That's actually what that high is. It's the same as being on a drug.
Yeah.
And it's the most natural way, or one of the most natural ways in the world to be able to actually get that high.
Yeah, and it's just
terrible,
the
but
best.
It's the truth.
It's the best feeling when you're in the show, and it's like you grieve when it's ended. And you can't wait to be in the next one.
Yeah.
But I just could never do another one because Lily was too young, and I wasn't with Shane, and paying someone to look after her or trying to find someone to watch her.
And the other thing is that you're working on the nights that rehearsals were.
Yeah.
So you, especially at that time, prior to pandemic.
You can't do both. I mean, you got to look at,
Yeah, and look, it's great to be able to do a community show and connect with your community and all that.
Yeah.
But it's not something that you can keep as a staple unless you're a kid or you don't have the responsibilities like myself for a long time there.
If I had a regular daytime job,
and then
and that would cover me to not do my gigs.
That's why a lot of people
month.
are either teachers or work in the hospital at the theatre. A lot of them.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so they actually get holidays as well. They get time off. They've got benefits, all of those sorts of things. You know, if you don't work, you don't get paid. It's not the same.
So what I've got to do is get a real job. People say that to me. Do you have a real job? No, I don't. No, I just do music.
Yeah. And with Lily, was she very musically inclined from a young age?
Yes.
Yeah?
And at the moment...
Obviously, I'd say you probably sang to her, or she heard your voice in the womb and all that sort of stuff as well.
Yeah. I used to play my CD to her of a night time, but I always sang to her. Yeah, always. Yeah, so she loves music, and she's doing 6th grade piano at the moment.
Is she really?
She's up to, yes.
Oh, far out.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she's a very good piano player, very, very passionate. So, yeah. So my friend Jan Hoy, I was singing with her a little bit and going to her house, taking Lily, and Lily just got on the piano and just sort of started tinkering, and Jan said, oh, wow, she just holds her hands where they should be, like a natural. So she said, can I teach her? And I went, sure, So, so she now does lessons.
And she's 15 now.
Yeah, she's 15 a couple of weeks.
In a few years.
Yeah, she's 15 a couple of weeks. It's amazing.
Actually, the last time I think I saw her was when she sang at the pub in Maxwell, to be honest. It's quite a while ago.
That was a long time ago.
Prior to pandemic, it's like 4 years ago.
She would have sang with me.
Yeah. She was singing on her own.
Did she?
Because I filmed it.
Oh.
So, and I've got to send you that footage.
Oh, that'd be great, because she won't sing now.
You asked me to film it on the night.
She's very shy, so.
She hadn't really ever gotten up by herself like that to do that song, but I think it was a song just at that point where she was like,
I don't remember, I don't remember that. But
it was at Maxwell.
Send it to me.
Yeah, I will.
When Rob was he doing
karaoke? When Rob was doing that, and we all went down, met up. Yeah.
That must have been a long time ago.
Yeah, no, it's it could even be like 3 years prior to the pandemic, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was I with Ron? I've been with Ron for 6 years now. It's amazing, isn't it?
I think that was early days of Ron.
Yeah, it would have been, when Rob was doing down there.
Yes, it was.
Because I did one of his gigs for him one night, yeah. But karaoke has been... Well, I was going to karaoke in 2002. That's how I met Rob. I started going to karaoke. I went with a girlfriend, Kim, who's sadly not here anymore, but we went out the first Wednesday night, and then she didn't want to go out because it was too far, a bit out of town. And so I just started going by myself, and I was sitting by myself, and this group of people said, oh, do you want to sit with us? And then I got to know them, I got to know Rob, and I've met so many people through the karaoke world.
Yeah.
And, lots that I can call good friends, So it's been a great thing to have. And then when I started doing it, I love doing karaoke because I love seeing people get the opportunity that I get at any time I want to sing, stand up on a microphone and sing my favourite song, and I love that about karaoke, and I love how people get that bug, that same. I say to people, if you sing one song, you'll get the urge to do it all the time. It's like a drug.
Yes. When you do it by yourself for the first time, I think.
Yes.
When people get up and they're doing it in groups and that sort of thing, I don't know if you get the same sense.
But if you
unless
get
you've
up,
got a sense of performing and all that already, or connection to that, you don't.
I agree.
Yeah.
So if you get up and do it by yourself, that first time might be so nervous, and even the next 10 times might be nervous. You might be nervous, but it's like a drug.
I think the more knowledge that you have of music, the more nervous you actually will be getting up, ironically.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because people that are performers are the most critical of themselves, aren't they? So people that get up and they're just the average person that sings in the shower, they think, oh, great, I did a good job, But people are very critical of themselves if they're performers.
Yeah, we're our own biggest critic. Really,
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Even I still do it. I go, oh, I didn't sing that very well.
Yeah.
And people will be going, oh, that's amazing. And you're going,
I think it
was terrible.
Sometimes when we do that, though, or for me anyways, it's usually when I don't have the knowledge of what I actually did wrong.
Yeah.
It's not the actual precise way of saying it was actually that I just went off on this one note or whatever. That's really what it is, and it's not. I can't verbalise that necessarily at the time.
I
It's
understand.
just like, damn,
Yes, we want to be perfectionists, but who wants to be perfect, really?
I think there's perfection in imperfection, really, when it comes to music, especially.
Yeah. When you talk about perfection, though, I never wanted to be perfect, but I know I've written in biographies I have, when I talk about myself, it's, I love to sing because I love to see that expression on someone's face. Mm-hmm. I remember this little girl once, I was singing Hallelujah down at the markets one time, and this little girl, she sat the whole time, she was going like this the whole time. She was only little, like she was about 3 or 4. She was just doing this and connecting, and I could feel her energy connecting with me. It was just amazing. That was just a special occasion, but I get that reaction from people a lot when I sing. And, I know I can sing and I know I have an effect on people, but I never think I'm perfect.
But you're not trying to affect people.
No, I'm not.
I think that's...
I get this...
You're a musician and you're not a showman.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. You're a pure musician.
It's probably why I'm not rich, because I'm not a showman.
I think even then, I'm a showman and I'm not, rich either. Rob's a showman and he's not really rich either.
Well, I think
ego gets in the way.
I think you got to love. I think you got to love what you do, because I do love singing and love.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, you got to love what you do. Definitely. If you don't like it anymore, I've learned as I've got older. If you don't like I love being in the band, but I wasn't fully enjoying it. So that's why I just went, and someone was leaving and I went, I can't get another guitarist. I can't go through that again. And just, we decided to go our separate ways. But, there's nothing better than playing with a band, being up front of a band that's, the music is amazing when there's live players and,
Totally, yeah. It's,
so it's a...
It takes it to a different level, really. Yeah.
And I've been lucky. I've been played with some good musicians and over the years and
And when did recording, I suppose, come into it all? Getting to do your album?
When my father died in 2002, I wrote a lot of songs and I was writing a lot. I'd had sort of a breakdown at work, and in 2002, and I left. I was off work for a long time, and so mentally I wasn't coping at all, really. So I had time off work, and I'd had lots of things happen. I'd bought a house. I had a marriage breakup.
Is that when you had cancer as well?
No, that was in 2014.
Okay, that's a bit later. Okay.
So in 2000, I bought a house in 2000. I had a marriage breakup 2001. My dad died in 2002.
Right.
So they say that the biggest traumas in your life are those three things, you know.
Yeah.
So I think work was dragging me down, and I had a few issues at work and just fell off the wagon, really, had panic attacks at work. And so I went off work to try and sort myself out. And then I started writing. I met these people that I used to hang out with, and Rob was one of them. And, you know, we used to hang a lot out at the beach or just spending time having coffee, and just musical people and non-musical people, but just started writing late at night. So in 2005, I wanted to go and record, so I found Rob Robinson.
Yeah.
Someone suggested him out at Sapphire.
Yeah.
And my mum helped me pay for it.
Okay.
So it was so much money for so many hours to do the 10 songs. So I was very limited on the time I could record, but I recorded it and I was quite happy with it to have my songs, you know, played.
Yeah.
And a friend that had died, Albie, Alan Champion, he had a big effect on me then because he died in 2003. So some of my songs, number 10 in particular, is about him. And
I will just say you can get this on Spotify.
Yes, it's on Spotify, yes.
Spotify.
And even on YouTube, I've got it on YouTube, yeah.
Yeah. Pauline, Face on the Moon,
and
Spotify.
I've got a film clip, Face on the Moon.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks to Donna Hunt, and who filmed it
really?
for me. Yes.
I didn't know that. That's the person that's behind the camera now. Okay.
So, it's on YouTube, that clip. Yeah. But I've never... I'm not great at promoting it, and I've had a few people look at it and download it, and so Mark, my friend Mark, you know Mark, he gave me that gift one year to add myself to DistroKid, which added me to Spotify and all sorts of things. Okay. So it was a gift. I would never have done it without him giving me that as a gift, so I did that. But the album, I just wanted to record my songs, you know. And Paul's songs written about an Irish friend of mine, Paul, that he went on a plane to go home. I dropped him at the airport, and it was just such a nice day. And I remember we weren't in a relationship or anything, we were just friends and we knew other people, but I was the one that dropped him at the airport, and this particular day it was so beautiful when he left. Yeah. That's how I wrote the song, you know, about him leaving. But number 10 is a song about... a person I knew in 2003, Alan, who was affected me. He was in my life a short time, and I wrote that song about our journey together, and it's my favourite on the track. But Face on the Moon, the actual Face on the Moon song, was written about my dad. Okay. When he died, I went with some friends down to the beach, and it was full moon, and I wrote it there. But prior to that, we were driving to... view his body, and the moon was full, and I swore I saw his face. Yeah. And I said to my cousin and her husband in the car, I was with them, and I said, I just saw Dad's face in the moon. And then a while later I wrote that song, Face on the Moon, on the beach with some friends, so I just started singing it, so... Yeah, that's how I wrote that. So then the moon has always been... I love the moon, but after that, the moon has always been my thing. Yeah, okay. And has writing become, or has it been a natural thing for you? Did you find? It was back then. I haven't written as much lately, but I think writing you have to be in a headspace, and for me to write I need quiet. I think you have to disconnect from the real world. It's like an author of a book. You know, a writer goes into a room and you can't talk to them because they're in that zone. You've got to be in that zone. My grandfather's an author. So, yeah, very much that way. So, and a lot of people will listen to my CD and say, it's very sad. But if you get sadness from my songs, that's something inside you, you know? I think really what it is that it's moving, the sound and the music behind it, but then also... rings true. Do you know what I mean? That there's, you know, moments of truth throughout. I probably was sad. Yeah, and actually, I was. I get from this that it's... So you were talking about Alan, did you say? Yeah, Albie, yeah. Do you feel that sort of energy, or that person's energy, has kind of come to you through different people throughout your life? I'd say so, yes. Yeah, because I don't know why, but I just... had the sense that was the case, where there's another person which I feel maybe had that same energy for you that I know of, that was also through karaoke and all that is no longer with us. I was just, wasn't sure if that was something that's happened, throughout your life, where you kind of get that same energy coming through different people. But I do. I meet lots of people that have that energy, and then a lot of them disappear. You lose them. I know. Yeah. I have this thing. Like my mother said the other day, I can't believe you've had so many friends die, or you've known so many people that... But really, really beautiful souls. Yes. Really beautiful souls. More, heightened sense. Talking about Andrew? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Similar sort of energy, I felt. Oh, and Andrew, yes. Beautiful soul. Yeah. Yeah, I was... Yeah. Very sad. Yeah. He left us, But it's a really beautiful thing to have that connection through your life of almost, I feel like it's the same energy coming from even your did you say your dad or your grandfather? My dad, the Face on the Moon. Yeah, Dad. Yeah, Dad. Yeah. It's almost even that same sort of energy that I feel. Yeah. I believe you meet people for a reason. Totally. I believe that we might not like them later on in life, but you meet them for a reason. Like I met Shane because, I've been blessed with Lily, We didn't work out, but you meet them for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've had few relationships that didn't work out, of course, but my relationship now, Ron is just amazing person, and and I never wanted to get married again, but I said, you know what? I think we should get married.
Yeah. And we are. It's understandable.
Married. Yeah. But he's just amazing human being. Yeah, so.
But it's a completely different energy, I think, to what I've seen you with.
Yeah.
It's a very, very different energy.
Yeah. And he has total respect for me, and
not childlike, but it's that innocence or that unabashedly, going through life.
So it's good, but I do meet a lot of people that I think they're drawn to me for some reason.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And I think that's I don't know, I can't describe that. I always think I remember a lot of people say I'm an angel, but I don't know if I'm an angel. But
yeah, okay. Yeah.
I think people feel good around me, so...
You're more ethereal of feeling, but it doesn't mean that you are actually...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not... It's a heightened sense.
Yeah. And people just get that energy from
you. You emanate, like a heightened sense.
And I've always tried to be a person that, everyone, unless you know their full story, it's hard not to judge people, but you try not to judge people and try to treat everyone the same.
I don't think that I see you as judging people.
No, I try not to.
I don't. Even if you are, like, I suppose, aware, I think that's different to actually judging people, especially in your job as well, working in a pub scene, all that sort of thing. You kind of have to, as you were saying before, read people.
Oh, and you've
in the right way.
As I'm getting older, though, I'm getting a bit cranky with people. My patience, is.
But that's because you know that you would do something a lot quicker than the other person, or yeah. Well, how many minutes are we at?
We're at just on an hour.
Oh, cool. All right. And I suppose what we can talk about to finish up before we, say thank you and all that. What are you doing with yourself now?
Well, I'm doing karaoke.
Yeah.
I'm still singing with my brother and in a duo, Even Stevens. And
karaoke every Saturday, I should say.
Yeah, karaoke every Saturday at the Coffs Hotel.
Please come along.
I'm putting some feelers out there to try and do it maybe elsewhere, but venues are hard to get to reply to you, and I'm going to physically go to these venues next week. But I'm at a bit of a crossroad. I'm not sure whether I want to get a real job.
Okay.
I don't know. I was going to look at teaching, like voice coaching. Okay. I did start that, but then COVID stopped that training I was doing, and I'm looking at maybe going back into that, and I'm a bit of at a crossroad.
Is that on your own?
Yeah, I would just teach children.
Yeah.
There's a way I can do it that I can just coach them on how to breathe and sing and do all that, and I just have to do a course, and it's more online these days.
So you actually want to accredited in that sense?
Not to be years go and do,
not for leveling,
but just coaching. So give them tips on how to sing. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm at a bit of a crossroad.
You don't need accreditation for that.
I know. Yeah, but I just need to get a certificate in singing, don't I? Anyway,
no,
that's another whole story.
No, you don't.
This is all on camera too.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You don't necessarily, like, I can teach people to sing, and I do, like with a lot of my productions and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need accreditation unless you're wanting to, like, do singing Stedfords, vocalist Stedfords, all of that sort of stuff.
I just wanted to do do 6th grade singing.
Okay.
And get a certificate, so I can say that I have the ability to
behind it,
just in my own. And that's what I was doing.
That.
I was practicing for that, but then COVID, it had gone and then came back, and then the lady I was working with, she has a unwell husband, and just hard to go. We've just been in and out of isolation and whatever, and so I've just put that to the side. I'm not sure where I want to go. I'm at a bit of a crossroad at the moment. Yeah, so.
You've got karaoke and you've got the band as well, or your duo?
And I wouldn't mind recording some more songs, but it is fun recording songs. It's great fun. But it's costly.
It's a lot of
work.
And it is costly.
And
definitely.
Your voice has got to be up to standard to record, you know. Yeah. So, yeah. But I look forward to the future. I'm getting married to Ron. My daughter is doing well at school, and you've got a planned date for the actual wedding and all that. Not just
really?
yet. No, not really.
Yeah. COVID, I suppose, stopped a lot of planning for anything.
Hard because we have so many people, and not at this stage.
And of course, family and all that, but they'll have to kind of come from.
We are thinking of a family wedding, though. Yeah, it's just a small
better for us.
Family.
Yeah, nice. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might not have a lot of friends after that, but
I think that the friends should respect.
Yes, definitely.
Those wishes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't think they're friends.
That is what is probably going to happen, because it's just too many people, too many disappointed people, and you can only have so many people.
And Ron's too liked.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You haven't made enemies.
No.
No. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks, Kaye, for having me. I've loved it.
It wasn't too bad, was it?
No, I loved it. No, it was good.
Bit surprised?
I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah. Well, you can catch Pauline, I was about to say Stevens, Pauline Stevens, on Spotify.
Yes.
You can also find her at the Cops Hotel, as we're saying, on Saturday nights. That's 8 o'clock or 8:30?
Or 7:30 these days.
7:30.
So 11:30,
Okay.
12,
Okay.
depending. Yeah.
7:30 till 11:30, 12. So please go along and join in the world of fun.
And I'm available for functions.
And then that's the other thing, yes. So do you have any way people be able to get in contact for functions?
Facebook. I do have a Facebook page, Pauline Stevens, Face on the Moon. That's my musical page. And
we'll put that up
contact
underneath as well with the video when we upload it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm on Facebook. You can find me, and my phone number's there. It's, everyone knows my phone number.
Or you can connect to me and I'll point you in the right direction as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kaye.
Thank you.
I've loved it.
Yeah, good. All right. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Thanks. See ya.
Thanks. Got my bags packed, I'm waiting at my door. I'm sure I've stood here many times before. The choice is made and I can't go back. So we'll move on, and that is that. My house has many different things, and life didn't turn out exactly like I planned. But home is where my heart is after all, 'cause I have my music and my little girl. She was almost 5 when we took that new step, afraid to change, and she told me that. I said to her, if we're together you will see that a house is a home with you and with me. My house has many different things, and life didn't turn out exactly like I planned. And home is where